address security concerns at a troubled high school. 4 of the 7 members of the Brockton School Committee backed the National Guard request amid teacher shortages and budget deficits. The governor's office acknowledged the concerns about Brockton High School, where teachers reported fighting and drug use in the hallways and verbal abuse of staff. At a press conference, committee member Anna Oliver said, "We're not asking them to deploy a whole army to our school. We're asking for support." The committee members who backed the request said National Guard personnel could be used as hall monitors or even substitute teachers.
Right.
Brockton Mayor Robert Sullivan, who serves as chairman of the school committee, said he forwarded the request to the governor, even though he opposes it, saying, quote, "National Guard soldiers are not the answer," end quote. The city has also reached out to police to help find a solution to their problems. New details are emerging about the death of a U.S. citizen in Germany. Correspondent Karen Shamas reports.
An American man has admitted to attacking 2 U.S. tourists and killing one of them at a famous German tourist destination. The 31-year-old defendant admitted to charges of murder and rape after he allegedly pushed 2 U.S. women down a ravine. One of the women died following the attack near Germany's Neuschwanstein Castle last year. Mobile phone footage of the man being arrested on the day of the attack in June showed 2 German officers escorting him away. The defendant is charged with murder, rape with fatal consequences, attempted murder, and possession of child pornography. Murder charges carry a maximum sentence of life in prison in Germany. I'm Karen Shamas.
Ransomware is when someone breaks into your system and holds your data for ransom. If you fail to pay, they expose your secrets or sell your data. One massive online group has been shut down by a multinational law enforcement effort dubbed Kronos. Correspondent Chuck Palm has that story in today's Tech Report.
The notorious cybercrime gang Lockbit that grabs onto and holds its victims' data for ransom has been busted. In a rare multinational law enforcement operation by Britain's National Crime Agency, the FBI, and Europol has taken over the website and posted that this site is now under police control. An NCA spokesperson confirmed that the agency has disrupted the gang and said the operation, dubbed Kronos, is ongoing and developing. Lockbit did not respond to message requests, but did post an encrypted message saying that they had backup servers that were not affected by the law enforcement action. Lockbit makes money by stealing sensitive data and threatening to leak it if the victims fail to pay. Lockbit and their affiliates have hacked some of the world's largest organizations in the past few months. Lockbit was exposed in 2020 when malicious software was found on a Russian cybercrime forum, leading some security analysts to believe that the gang is based in Russia. Leave a comment at allthetoptech.tech. I'm Chuck Palm.
9 till now with Tuesday Sports on America in the Morning. Here's Robert Workman.
William Byron captured the rain-delayed 66th running of the Daytona 500 Monday, his first win ever in the Great American Race, his 7th Cup race win, though, in the last year. It was also the 9th Daytona victory for Hendrick Motorsports. That ties them with Petty Enterprises for the most in NASCAR history. It was their first since Dale Earnhardt Jr. won it 10 years ago. Byron's teammate Alex Bowman finished second, the pair passing under the white flag just as a crash broke out behind them at the start of the final lap. Byron's number 24 Chevrolet has been to the winner's circle before. Its former driver, Jeff Gordon, now a Hendrick vice chairman, was a 3-time champ at the big race. NHL, a lot of Monday matinees on President's Day, including a wild one in Minnesota, where the Wild trailed the league-leading Canucks by 3 in the final minute of period 2, before breaking out for 6 goals in less than 6 minutes to pull out a 10-7 victory. It's the fastest half-dozen goals in the game in 25 years. Joel Eriksson and Kirill Kaprizov each scored twice in the rally, and each finished with a hat trick and 3 assists. Coach John Hines had a hunch something special was about to happen.
You could feel the way that we were engaged in the game, that there was no letdown, even if it was 4-1 and 5-2, that the mindset was still the same, and then those guys delivered, and then we were able to follow up from that and ride a little bit of momentum.
JT Miller also had a hatter for the Canucks and makes it the first regular season game with 3 hat tricks since 1992. Austin Matthews got goal number 49 on the season as the Maple Leafs beat the Blues 4-2. Senators deflected the Lightning 4-2. Bruins slip past the Stars 4-3 in a 9-round shootout to snap a 4-game slide. Red Wings got by the Kraken 4-3 in overtime. Ducks edged the Sabres 4-3. Golden Knights shut out the Sharks 4-0. 29 saves for Logan Thompson. Oilers drilled the Coyotes 6-3. Arizona has lost 10 in a row. Hurricanes doubled up the Blackhawks 6-3. And the Flames scored 5 unanswered goals to light up the Jets 6-3. For the first time this year, there's a unanimous choice for number one in men's college basketball. Connecticut received all 62 first-place votes from the writers and all 32 from the coaches this week with their 24-2 record. Houston moved up to second, with Purdue slipping a notch to third. The second-ranked Cougars held off number 6 Iowa State last night, 73-65, to take over first place in the Big 12. The Connecticut women beat Creighton, giving Coach Gino Auriemma win number 1,203. That's one more than men's Division I leader Mark Krzyzewski, and it's second only to Stanford's Tara Vanderveer all time. The NBA resumes on Thursday. Another coaching change as the Nets fire Jacques Vaughn and promote assistant Kevin Ollie to interim coach. That's Tuesday Sports.
We're back in the mid-60s.
Thank you, sir. Now 7 till. When we return on America in the Morning, Hero Cop and an astronomical discovery. After these messages.
Tomorrow. This is Wednesday, February 28th. And you get an area of low pressure here that's kind of Ohio Valley, trail of cold front, jet stream over the top of it, one there and out of the Gulf.
$25 a line for 4 lines on the unlimited plan.
Next Wednesday and the next Wednesday night. That would be
Yo!
We have a long time to watch.
Third floor. Third floor.
Imagine having all the money you need for retirement, all the income, every month, guaranteed. That's security during that winter. An indexed annuity tied to bills in the stock market, but without any risk of loss ever. It's guaranteed money for life income, no matter how long you live. 888-909-2228. Sponsored by GB Agency Inc., Raleigh, North Carolina. Licensed in all states. Performance may vary. Consult with your financial professional before making an investment decision.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
For free information, call 800-841-0908. 800-841-0908. Don't wait. Call now. 800-841-0908. That's 800-841-0908. It's 5 till. Welcome back. This is America in the Morning. The cast of Boy Meets World revealed their behind-the-scenes interactions with a child predator. Correspondent Kevin Carr has details.
On Monday, the normally lighthearted podcast Pod Meets World offered a more somber look at the dangers of child stardom. Host Daniel Fishel, Ryder Strong, and Will Friedle, who starred in the hit series Boy Meets World, discussed their involvement with guest actor Brian Peck. In 2003, Peck was convicted of 8 counts of sexual abuse and spent 16 months in prison. Fishel began the episode with their reaction at the time of his arrest.
We saw no signs of this behavior and were not victimized ourselves, and we're constantly being told by this person, who was our friend, that he was the actual victim.
Boy Meets World ran on ABC from 1993 through 2000. Peck was hired for a 2-episode arc in season 5 and continued to work on the show. Strong and Friedle recalled how it did not seem strange to hang out with actors many times their age.
We hung out with adults all the time. We were adults. Other than our ages, we were treated completely and totally as adults.
Family therapist Katie Morton was a guest on the podcast, and she explained that predators can use close connections to manipulate situations in their favor.
That slow and steady kind of wiggling in to where all of a sudden it feels normal, right? No
Yeah.
parent was probably there to be like,
Hey, this is an adult.
As the episode wraps up, Strong explained predators do not present themselves as stereotypes, but rather are often someone close to you that you genuinely like and trust.
It's never the guy in a trench coat. It's never the stranger. It's the people who have access to children, and they're so freaking cool.
I'm Kevin Carr.
A Florida sheriff's deputy says he was just doing his job when he quickly came to the aid of a mom and her children in a car crash. Correspondent Lisa Dwyer has details.
A speeding motorcyclist sped past at over 100 miles an hour as Charlotte County Deputy Sergeant Dave Musgrove was traveling on a state highway on February 8th. Seconds later, the motorcyclist slammed into a car, their body landing in the car on top of small children in the back seat. Musgrove pulled a toddler from a booster seat.
I'm trying to help you.
He flagged a passerby to help
I need you to
him.
hold this little girl, please.
He then worked to free the baby, but the baby was not moving. Musgrove then performed chest compressions on the baby.
I just heard it, please.
Paramedics arrived and confirmed.
On the infant? Yeah. On the infant. There's a pulse? Yeah. Okay. Can you tell Mom?
I'm Lisa Dwyer.
It's cold in this room. Make a dazzling new discovery. Correspondent Shelley Adler explains.
The record-breaking quasar has a black hole at its heart that's so big and growing so fast that it swallows the equivalent of a sun a day. The distant quasar shines 500 trillion times brighter than our sun, and its black hole is more than 17 billion times more immense than our sun. An Australian-led team reported the findings in the journal Nature Astronomy. The quasar is 12 billion light years away, and it's been around since the early days of the universe.
I do
Scientists
not
say
believe
it
you.
was misclassified as a star decades ago, and therefore hiding in plain sight. I'm Shelley Adler.
America in the Morning for Tuesday, February 20th, 2024 is produced by Alexander Hinson, senior producer Kevin Delaney. I'm John Trout. This is Westwood One.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
For free information, call 800-841-0908. 800-841-0908. Don't wait. Call now. 800-841-0908. That's 800-841-0908.
News Radio 1440 is WLWI-AM and 95.1 HD3 FM of Montgomery, a Cumulus media station.
This is the CBS News World News Roundup, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Waves of heavy rain are washing over California, triggering a new round of severe flooding. Judy Fortune is sandbagging in Long Beach.
We're very worried down here on the peninsula.
Correspondent Carter Evans from Los Angeles.
A new round of wet weather slammed into California.
We've been here since about 1960. Never had anything like this happen.
In Sacramento, 2 people had to be rescued after their car got stuck in water.
If it was a little flooded, I would have done it. But that is the lake.
Chris Bales is Santa Barbara fire chief.
We're counting in the 6 to 7 inches of rain up in the foothills at this point.
President Biden arrives in Los Angeles today for a campaign fundraiser that could set off protests. The host of the party, Israeli-American media mogul Haim Saban. In a shift, the U.S. is pushing for a UN resolution calling for a temporary ceasefire in the war in Gaza and warning Israel against invading Rafah. Arab nations are putting a separate resolution up for a vote today. Still no cause of death for Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny. Correspondent Cammie McCormick.
Я обращаюсь к вам, Vladimir Putin. Navalny's mother has called on Vladimir Putin to release the body immediately. The Russians say accusations by Navalny's widow that he was poisoned are unfounded. She is also calling on the European Union not to recognize the results of next month's Russian presidential election, saying a president who assassinated his main political opponent cannot be legitimate.
The wife of WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange is drawing a parallel to Navalny's death.
Julian is a political prisoner and his life is at risk. What happened to Navalny can happen to Julian.
A two-day hearing is underway in London on what could be Assange's final plea to avoid extradition to the U.S., where he's wanted on 18 counts related to the release of confidential U.S. military records and diplomatic cables. Two of the country's largest credit card companies may become one.
Banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions.
Capital One hopes to acquire Discover for $35 billion, but not everyone likes the idea. Here's CBS's Jolene Kent.
Consumer advocates are saying this deal is concerning because it will result in more consolidation in the banking and credit card industries, which could mean less choice down the road for consumers.
Actor Pierce Brosnan's due in court in Wyoming today after pleading not guilty to hiking off trail at a national park. CBS's Chanel Call.
Authorities say he stepped out of bounds in a thermal area and walked in an off-limits area, Mammoth Terraces, in the northern part of Yellowstone.
This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
You know, you see a huge group of people and maybe they're in line to do something and they seem happy about it. You have to wonder, okay, what am I missing? What's going on here? What are these people excited about? Well, in this case, it's thousands of people and they're joining MediShare. Why? Well, MediShare is a much more affordable alternative to health insurance. It's reliable too. It's a well-run community of Christians. They've been sharing each other's medical expenses for more than 30 years, so it's proven. And if you switch, you'll likely save hundreds of dollars a month. Most members wind up paying about half what they used to. And you know what? They find they like it better. MediShare's member satisfaction rate is 98%. That's way better than health insurance, as you might imagine. You don't have to pay for things you don't believe in. You get telehealth 24/7.
Man, that's a long break.
Doctors. At least check into it. This may be one of those things where you're like, why didn't I do this? Why not start saving now? Call 877-26-BIBLE. That's 877-26-BIBLE. 877-26-BIBLE.
The 2024 Daytona 500 is in the books, but not without some excitement toward the end.
Delayed by a day, the Daytona 500 is limped to an ending, with William Byron winning his first 500 under a yellow caution flag. Caution came after the second of two crashes during the last 8 laps. The first of those spectacular, involving 18 cars on lap 192.
Keselowski gets turned by William Byron. Blaney gets caught up. Gilliland, Truex.
Drivers left their cars on their own. It appears there were no serious injuries. Peter King, CBS News, Orlando.
New recognition for a dance once banned in Poland. The 18th century Polonaise, which inspired composers from Bach to Chopin, is being honored by UNESCO. Made the list of intangible cultural heritage. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Alabama shaped Democrat Shamari Figueres' life. Civil rights icon Michael Figueres, who bankrupted the Klan and committed his life to racial justice. Shamari's mother fought for us in the Alabama State Senate. Shamari Figueres brought our values to the White House, serving as a top aide to President Barack Obama. Now, Shamari Figueres is running for Congress to represent Alabama. He will work every day for better, more affordable health care. And as a husband and father of 3 young kids, Shamari Figueres will make better education a priority from day one. With our voting rights and freedoms on the line, Shamari will never stop fighting for us. On or before March 5th, vote for Alabama's own Democrat Shamari Figueres for Congress. Protect Progress paid for and is responsible for the content of this ad. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.protectprogresspac.com.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, you see a huge group of people and maybe they're in line to do something and they seem happy about it. You have to wonder, okay, what am I missing? What's going on here? What are these people excited about? Well, in this case, it's thousands of people and they're joining MediShare. Why? Well, MediShare is a much more affordable alternative to health insurance. It's reliable too. It's a well-run community of Christians. They've been sharing each other's medical expenses for more than 30 years, so it's proven. And if you switch, you'll likely save hundreds of dollars a month. Most members wind up paying about half what they used to. And you know what? They find they like it better. Medishare's member satisfaction rate is 98%. That's way better than health insurance, as you might imagine. You don't have to pay for things you don't believe in. You get telehealth 24/7, huge freedom in choosing your doctors. At least check into it. This may be one of those things where you're like, why didn't I do this a long time ago? Why not start saving now? Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, you see a huge group of people and maybe they're in line to do something and they seem happy about it. You have to wonder, okay, what am I missing? What's going on here? What are these people excited about? Well, in this case, it's thousands of people and they're joining Medishare. Why? Well, Medishare is a much more affordable alternative to health insurance. It's reliable too. It's a well-run community of Christians. They've been sharing each other's medical expenses for more than 30 years, so it's proven. And if you switch, you'll likely save hundreds of dollars a month. Most members wind up paying about half what they used to. And you know what? They find they like it better. Medishare's member satisfaction rate is 98%. That's way better than health insurance, as you might imagine. You don't have to pay for things you don't believe in. You get telehealth 24/7, huge freedom in choosing your doctors. At least check into it. This may be one of those things where you're like, why didn't I do this a long time ago? Why not start saving now? Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Sponsored by Silk.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. Every week we get thousands of complaints from timeshare who can never make the vacations that they want.
Okay, people. My first break is going to be kind of long because I don't know, but it is. It is going to be a little long, but we're gonna get there sooner or later. We're gonna get there. First morning, new time, new program. You know how it goes. We gotta work out the kinks. That's why we ain't doing no PT today.
Call now for your free timeshare exit information kit.
No PT today.
5400. That's 800-706-5400. 800-706-5400.
Pure Talk believes in American values, and that free should mean exactly that.
It keeps the check coming.
To Pure Talk today, and you get a free Samsung 5G smartphone. Qualifying plans start at just $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, 15 gigs of data, and of course, mobile hotspot. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword Pure Talk, claim your eligibility for your free brand new Samsung 5G smartphone. Start saving on wireless today.
We get there. We just gotta go a while, you know. New program. Gives me time to get my act together a little. Okay, there's my. Okay, there's that right there.
Try Dynavite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Learn more at dinovite.com/radio. That's dinovite.com/radio.
It's a fact. Guys hate going to the doctor. But when it comes to
This is the first day of this new time, so we got to straighten some things out, but we're going to work on it. I normally don't have this many breaks.
Have jump-started their sex drive and energy levels. Lots of men suffer with ED for years, but now they're able to enjoy sex again. Tom from Montgomery said, Montgomery Men's Health has changed my life. I have been able to be intimate with my wife for the first time in 5 years. She thought this problem was because of her, but the pills never worked for me. I had given up until I went to the clinic and realized there were more options for erectile dysfunction. Now I'm happy my wife is happy. A visit for only $99, and that includes all testing, including a PSA and testosterone test. Give the guys at the clinic a call at 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. Or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
We all make resolutions this time of year, and let's face it, most of them won't stick. But here's one that's not only easy to keep, but will help you feel healthier all year long. Navage. Navage provides quick, drug-free nasal relief by washing saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril. This time of year, when everyone is sick, Navage helps by sucking out germs, bacteria, and viruses trapped in our noses that cause us to feel miserable. And come allergy season, it does the same with dust, pollen, and other allergens. And unlike medications that can take time to help, if they're effective at all, Navage helps treat congestion symptoms in seconds flat, without drugs. This New Year's, resolve to use drug-free Navage to help you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier all year long. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
So you're looking for a car, you want a great price, for the best buy around, take my advice. Why would you buy new? You can
Feel plenty good by incorporating Silk into your morning routine. Silk's delicious plant-based beverages help bring a daily dose of goodness. They are rich in calcium and a good source of vitamins A and D to support the health of you and your family. Shop wherever you find groceries.
The older your furnace is, the likelier it is for carbon monoxide to leak into your home. It is of the utmost importance to have your furnace checked annually if it's over 10 years old. Bill Bradley Services technicians are equipped with top-of-the-line CO detectors that will guarantee no carbon monoxide is seeping into your home. They will also check each aspect of your furnace to ensure it's operating at max efficiency, which will save you money down the road. Only $74.95 for guaranteed peace of mind.
Bill Bradley won't you please fix my home?
Number 8449.
With just a couple of clicks on Amazon, your items come to your door in a day or two. With just a simple phrase to your Alexa smart speaker, your favorite talk shows come to your speaker in seconds. Alexa, play News Radio 1440.
And here we go, here we go, here we go.
Sometimes you need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It's time to rise and shine this morning. Now, the first thing we do in the morning, we give you a word from on high, our daily bread, because, well, we all need our perspective changed sometimes, and it's good for the soul. Good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine. It's one more time, one more day that you're on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins. I know it's a new time, but I'm here. It is time for our daily bread, a word from on high, something that'll change your perspective or give you a new one. Either way, it's good for the soul. Good morning. It is February the 20th, 2024. Our daily bread today is titled God's Wise Purposes. Our scripture insight today comes from Psalms 13, and Psalms 13:1 reads, "How long, Lord, will you forget me forever?" Govern yourselves accordingly. And again, good morning. It is February the 20th, 2024. It is a day that has never been, and it is a day that shall never, ever come again. It is a once-in-a-lifetime deal. And once it's gone, you don't get a do-over. You don't get it back. You don't get to summon it from the past. You don't get to come back and do all the things that you should have done today that you don't. And more importantly, you don't get a chance to come back and undo the things that you do. So whatever it is that you do with this day, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you'll be proud of what you have done with this time. If you've lived a while, you've seen, you've heard many, many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace and mercy of God and the charity, we may, I'm not sure, but we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do with it? Well, do what you can, while you can, for as long as you can, for whom you can, reach back and give somebody else a helping hand. Benjamin Elijah May said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say if that is the standard by which you live life, you'll always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two. We all do. But you will never be a failure until you quit. We say give out if you must. Rest if you can. But never quit. You never give up, because quitters will never win. And while winners fail at a thing or two, they never give up. So don't you give up. Don't quit. Martin Luther King said, if you cannot run, walk. And if you cannot walk, crawl. But whatever you do, keep moving forward. Don't ever give up. And no matter what happens on this day, come winds what may, it is still a great day to be alive. So as you traverse the highways and the byways of Montgomery headed to work into your places where you must be, remember that it could always be worse. Good morning to you. God's wise purposes. That's our daily bread for this day, February the 20th, 2024. We'll be back. Don't go nowhere. I'll be back. I promise. Well, hopefully.
Welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. I'm Bill Crowder, and I titled our reading, God's Wise Purposes. The United Kingdom brims with history. Everywhere you go, you see plaques honoring historic figures or commemorating sites where important events occurred. But one such sign exemplifies the droll British sense of humor. On a weathered plaque outside a bed and breakfast in Sandwich, England, a message reads, on this site, September 5, 1782, nothing happened. Sometimes it seems to us that nothing is happening regarding our prayers. We pray and pray, bringing our petitions to our Father with expectation that He'll respond right now. The psalmist David expressed such frustration when he prayed in Psalm 13. How long, Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? We can easily echo those same thoughts. How long, Lord, before you respond? However, our God is not only perfect in His wisdom, but also in His timing. David was able to say, I trust in your unfailing love. My heart rejoices in your salvation. Ecclesiastes 3:11 reminds us, God has made everything beautiful in its time. The word beautiful means appropriate or a source of delight. God may not always respond to our prayers when we'd like Him to, but He's
always right on time.
His wise purposes. We can take heart that when He does answer, it will be right and good and beautiful. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is Psalm 13. How long, Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? How long must I wrestle with my thoughts and day after day have sorrow in my heart? How long will my enemy triumph over me? Look on me and answer, Lord my God. Give light to my eyes, or I will sleep in death, and my enemy will say, I have overcome him, and my foes will rejoice when I fall. But I trust in your unfailing love. My heart rejoices in your salvation. I will sing the Lord's praise, for he has been good to me. Let's pray. Loving God, please help us to learn a patience in prayer born out of trust in you. Thank you, Lord. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thanks for listening today. Today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
And now we rise and salute our armed forces. Being the only sergeant on the airways of Montgomery, Alabama, that's my job. Honor my fellow service members because freedom is not free. Somebody, someplace pays the price. We will always honor those young men and women. I used to be one of them. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, and Space Force. Haven't figured out what Space Force does yet. I don't know, but okay. They're part of the family. I don't know if they've earned their respect yet, but I'm sure they're working on it. Good morning, Maxwell and Gunner. It's time to rise and shine. Gotta pay homage to the Air Force now. We are in their town. I mean, you can't put air in airborne unless you got a plane to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's tough being an only paratrooper on the airways of Alabama, but somebody's got to represent. Might as well be me. If you don't know what a T-10 or a 1-Bravo or what a DZ is, okay, don't even worry about it.
Did you know that?
And their motto is Super Fidelis. But the Marines couldn't pronounce that, so they cut it short to simplify. What can I tell you? But whether it's simplify or Super Fidelis, it all means the same thing. Always, always faithful. Good morning, jarheads. It's time to rise and shine. Do we have any jarheads in Montgomery? No, I mean the real jarhead, not the one that looks like a jar. I'm sorry. Hey, somebody said cut that stuff out. Never. See, now anybody who minds listening to this, okay, probably hasn't been to any other country. Okay, probably hasn't been to any other place except the United States of America and has been shielded from the hostilities of the world. I'm not mad at it. That's okay. Now, it is Black History Month, right? It is Black History Month. And I don't normally do anything, but I think we all need to be reminded what MLK said in that great speech he did back in the day. And so I'm going to play some of that this morning and then take a break and come back with our lessons of life. That's one of the things I do every morning, the things that we learn from. But this morning, right now, we're gonna go to MLK and that glorious speech, the one that time cannot mar. It's always appropriate to say, I have a dream. And this is going to be my contribution to Black History Month.
A great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand today signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree came as a great beacon light of hope for millions of Negro slaves who had been seared in the flames of withering injustice. It came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of their captivity. But 100 years later, the Negro still is not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty in the midst of a vast ocean of material prosperity. 100 years later, the Negro is still languished in the corners of American society and finds himself in exile in his own land. And so we've come here today to dramatize the shameful condition. In a sense, we've come to our nation's capital to cash a check. When the architects of our republic wrote the magnificent words of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, they were signing a promissory note which every American was to fall heir. This note was a promise that all men, yes, black men as well as white men, would be guaranteed the unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. What's up? It is obvious today that America
Super Brown, what you mean? I don't know what you're talking about, brother. Explain yourself. Explain yourself.
Instead of honoring this sacred obligation, America has given the Negro people a bad check. A check which has come back marked insufficient funds. But we refuse to believe that the Bank of Justice is bankrupt. We refuse to believe that there are insufficient funds in the great vaults of opportunity of this nation. So we've come to cash this check, a check that will give us upon demand the riches of freedom and the security of justice. We have also come to this hallowed spot to remind America of the fierce urgency of now. This is no time to engage in the luxury of cooling off or to take the tranquilizing drug of gradualism. Now is the time to make real the promises of democracy. Now is the time to rise from the dark and desolate valley of segregation to the sunlit path of racial justice. Now is the time to lift our nation from the quicksands of racial injustice to the solid rock of brotherhood. Now is the time to make justice a reality for all of God's children. It would be fatal for the nation to overlook the urgency of the moment. This sweltering summit of the Negro's legitimate discontent will not pass until there is an invigorating autumn of freedom and equality. 1963 is not an end, but a beginning. Those who hope that the Negro needed to blow off steam and will now be content will have a rude awakening if the nation returns to business as usual. There will be neither rest nor tranquility in America until the Negro is granted his citizenship rights. The whirlwinds of revolt will continue to shake the foundations of our nation until the bright day of justice emerges. But that is something that I must say to my people who stand on the warm threshold which leads into the palace of justice. In the process of gaining our rightful place, we must not be guilty of wrongful deeds. Let us not seek to satisfy our thirst for freedom by drinking from the cup of bitterness and hatred. We must forever conduct our struggle on the high plane of dignity and discipline. We must not allow our creative protests to degenerate into physical violence. Again and again, we must rise to the majestic heights of meeting physical force with soul force. The marvelous new militancy which has engulfed the Negro community must not lead us to a distrust of all white people. And many of our white brothers, as evidenced by their presence here today, have come to realize that their destiny is tied up with our destiny. And they have come to realize that their freedom is inextricably bound to our freedom. We cannot walk alone. And as we walk, we must make the pledge that we shall always march ahead. We cannot turn back. There are those who are asking the devotees of civil rights, when will you be satisfied? We can never be satisfied as long as the Negro is the victim of the unspeakable horrors of police brutality. We can never be satisfied as long as our body is heavy with the fatigue of travel, cannot gain lodging in the motels of the highways and the hotels of the cities. We cannot be satisfied as long as the Negro's basic mobility is from a smaller ghetto to a larger one. We can never be satisfied as long as our children are stripped of their selfhood and robbed of their dignity by signs stating for whites only. We cannot be satisfied as long as a Negro in Mississippi cannot vote and a Negro in New York believes he has nothing for which to vote. No, we are not satisfied, and we will not be satisfied until justice rolls down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream. I am not unmindful that some of you have come here out of great trials and tribulations. Some of you have come fresh from narrow jail cells. Some of you have come from areas where your quest for freedom left you battered by the storms of persecution and staggered by the winds of police brutality. You have been the veterans of creative suffering. Continue to work with the faith that unearned suffering is redemptive. Go back to Mississippi. Go back to Alabama. Go back to South Carolina. Go back to Georgia. Go back to Louisiana. Go back to the slums and ghettos of our northern cities. Knowing that somehow this situation can and will be changed. Let us not wallow in the valley of despair. I say to you today, my friends, so even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that
all men are created equal and are endowed by their Creator.
I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day, down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification, one day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, and every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is the faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day. This will be the day when all of God's children be able to sing with new meaning, my country tears of thee. Sweet land of liberty of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's cry. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. And so let freedom ring. From the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire, let freedom ring. From the mighty mountains of New York, let freedom ring. From the heightening Alleghanies of Pennsylvania, let freedom ring. From the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado, let freedom ring. From the herbaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi, from every mountainside. Let freedom ring. And when this happens, when we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
And okay, everybody needs to hear that at least once or twice in their life to understand where we are, where we came from, and how do we get to where we want to go. I will gotta take a break right now, and we'll come back with whatever is on my agenda this morning. But we will see you in a few minutes. Anyway, I thought that was some. Yeah, I don't normally do much on Black History Month because I'm black all every month. So I just figured I had to add one more to it. But every once in a while, we need to be reminded. We got some work to do, but we also need to be reminded that we've done a lot of work. We'll be back. I got some news. We got some things to talk about, but this is my first hour. So the first hour is kind of like, let's let's just shake it off the weekend. We'll be back after this.
MPS and Pike Road schools are urging voters to pass
No.
a property tax renewal on the ballot March 5th. This will not be an increase in taxes. Residents have already been paying this for the last 40 years. If approved, it will remain in effect for the next 30 years. The severe weather can happen any time here in Alabama, but as we get closer to spring, the chances go up. Alabama's annual severe weather preparedness sales tax holiday is this weekend. Certain items $60 or less will be sales tax free. We have a list of all those items on WSFA.com. Some big names coming to the Montgomery Performing Arts Center this year, including comedian Pete Davidson and bands REO Speedwagon and Bonnie Raitt. The center will host over 100 performances this year. You can get ticket information by going to impactonline.org.
Wesley Financial Group is not an law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation experts. Every week we get thousands of complaints from timeshare owners who can never book a vacation that they want. They were told their maintenance fees would never go up. They were told it's a great investment. Timeshare salespeople are pros. They know how to get you trapped in a timeshare, and once you're locked in, they keep you spending money, chasing that impossible timeshare dream. At Wesley, we know the timeshare business inside and out, how you get hooked in and how we get you out. But whether your timeshare is completely paid off or you owe hundreds of thousands of dollars and you just can't stop buying, give us a call. I guarantee you, if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit information kit. Call 800-706-5400. That's 800-706-5400. 800-706-5400.
Everyone that eats 3 meals a day is participating in agriculture, whether they know it or not. I'm Shep Morris, and I've been farming all my life. Caroline Dobson cares about farmers like us. We need somebody in Washington that understands us and understands what's happening and why it's happening. Caroline Dobson is the best candidate in this race. Caroline's tough. She's a fighter. The Biden administration is not about rural America. The labor costs and fuel costs are just strangling small business. Joe Biden is out of touch. The farmer didn't vote for him, and he doesn't care about it. We need people like Caroline in Washington, D.C. to give people confidence to move forward. Caroline Dobson is a fifth-generation farmer. She's got grit, she's got country values, and she's got what it takes. Nobody's going to dig their heels in and fight for us like Caroline Dobson.
On March 5th, vote for Farm Pack endorsed Caroline Dobson for Congress.
I'm Caroline Dobson, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Dobson for Congress.
Are you riding around on under or overinflated tires and possibly causing damage to your vehicle? Visit Chico's Auto Pros for a completely free tire inspection. Chico's Auto Pros.
Alexa smart speakers are great because you don't have to turn a dial or push a button to listen to News Radio 1440. Just say, Alexa, play News Radio 1440.
I'm on it.
You're good to go.
All righty then. And I must apologize for the long breaks today because today is our first day of doing this particular hour. And so I got a lot of things that's got to be worked out here because in a couple minutes I'm going to go into another break. But hopefully we'll catch that all that's caught up in the next hour and we will go back to our normal routine. But this hour has been kind of filled with things that need to be worked out, and we're working it out. We're working it out as we go along today. Anyway, now today I always do something every morning that's called the lessons of life, as well as the word of the day. And the word of the day is my attempt to expand your vocabulary, or at least both of our vocabularies, so we can tell people where to get off and make them want to shake our hand for telling them that, okay? So, the word of the day today is phantom. And most people don't know what that word means because most of us don't use it on an everyday basis. But phantom, it is something to understand the reason for its existence or occurrence. It is spelled F-A-T-H-O-M, phantom, okay? F-A-T-H-O-M. Something is to understand the reason for its existence or occurrence, such as I don't have the slightest fan of why that guy's going 142,000 miles down the freeway. I don't know why they're doing it. Okay, I don't. So I can say I don't understand it, or I don't fathom why he's going 100 miles an hour down Interstate 85. Because at the end of the day, it's bad news. Okay, bad news. There's nothing good coming out of going 100 miles an hour down Interstate 85. Nothing good is going to come out of that. So I cannot fathom that. Okay, so that's how you use the word. Okay, gotcha. Now, today, it's a great day to be alive, and our lesson of life today is this. And a lot of people think that getting old somehow deters your motivation, just automatically, once you get older, you forget everything and you don't want to do nothing else. Your whole life is gone. You're just waiting for the Grim Reaper to come knock on the door and take you home. I don't think that's necessarily true. There are a lot of people in history who've gotten older and have done wonderful and fantastic things. And the most prominent one, Benjamin Franklin and Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders didn't get famous until he's in his 60s or so. So, keep going, okay? It is not true that people stop pursuing dreams because they grow old. They grow old because they stop pursuing dreams. Never give up. Never quit, and never surrender. Always have that next thing on your bucket list that you want to do. Jump out of an airplane, get on an aircraft carrier, or go to Hawaii, whatever it is. Always keep something out there that will motivate you to the next step. Okay, the next step. Just remember the next step, and the next step. Okay. Okay, like I told you, I got to go take. I know I got to take this another break, but it's my last break, an hour. So we'll come back.
WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Discover. Did you know Discover wants everyone to feel special? That's why with your Discover card, you have access to 24/7 customer service, as well as $0 fraud liability, which means you're never held responsible for unauthorized purchases. Learn more at discover.com/credit card. Limitations apply.
Josh Johnson here. Gradually warmer as the day unfolds. 66 the afternoon high after the chilly start. A mainly sunny sky on our Tuesday. Tonight looks pretty good. 39 is the overnight low. 72 on Wednesday. Nice supply of sunshine for us tomorrow. 48 tomorrow night. More nice weather ahead for Thursday. 74. Scattered showers around Thursday night into very early Friday morning. Then we dry out and cool back down by the weekend. That's your first alert forecast. I'm WSFA Chief Meteorologist Josh Johnson on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking pretty good. No major problems or accidents are being reported. 65 southbound running slow, approaching the 143 interchange coming out of Millbrook. 31 southbound running slow, approaching Hunter Loop Road. Also, again, 31 south running slow as you approach Memorial Parkway and Prattle. So please use caution on all those slowdowns. When you need the best equipment, Thompson Tractor has everything from compact construction to heavy-duty machines. With over 65 years of service, Thompson Tractor is on Highway 80 off of I-85. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
ENCE, one of the best Counter-Strike 2 teams, just secured their spot at the IEM Katowice playoffs in Spodek Arena in Poland, taking down Vitality in G2. This is a remarkable achievement. There hasn't been a Polish majority team represented on their home turf at an event like this since 2016. ENCE will look to continue their dominance and take home their share of the $1 million grand prize as they head to the playoffs.
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
Whatever happened to Tony Ford? In 2017, I was knocked down. A very rare type of shingles went straight into my brain. My body was completely wasting away.
So Tony developed high-impact protein by Power Life.
Add 1 scoop of high-impact protein to a glass of water, HMB plus vitamin D3. They go to work reshaping your body.
Go to mypowerlife.com and use code FUEL to save 30%. Text FUEL to 511-511 today. All individuals are unique. Results can and will vary. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Text may apply.
So you're looking for a car, you want a great price for the best buy around. Take my advice. Why would you buy new when you can buy budget? Cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs with factory and extended warranties. Why would you buy new when you can buy budget? Buy budget. It feels brand new. Better buy budget. Save thousands too. Buy budget. Our selection is top. Buy budget. It's just one stop. Why would you buy new when you can buy budget? Why visit the nose for something brand new? Budget car sales, the choice for you. Why would you buy new when you can buy budget? Oh, why would you buy new when you can buy budget?
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, you see a huge group of people and maybe they're in line to do something and they seem happy about it. You have to wonder, okay, what am I missing? What's going on here? What are these people excited about? Well, in this case, it's thousands of people and they're joining MediShare. Why? Well, MediShare is a much more affordable alternative to health insurance. It's reliable too. It's a well-run community of Christians. They've been sharing each other's medical expenses for more than 30 years, so it's proven. And if you switch, you'll likely save hundreds of dollars a month. Most members are making half what they used to. And you know what? They find they like it better. MediShare's member satisfaction rate.
Well, good morning, Kevin. Yeah.
Way better than health insurance.
I don't know what they are. Right over there. Yeah, that's some headphones somewhere. So what are we talking about today?
Please check into it.
I got flyers for you. Because I know you're Army, so I think you need something on a piece of paper.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm gonna have to take advantage of this new time, getting people up there early. Hey, what's the deal on the Clean City Commission thing? Where they moved to?
Where do you think we're going to?
Are they still up there?
Oh, where? In my office?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I forget about the meeting. We don't really do nothing.
Well, Kevin, no, that just some of the other this past weekend.
Huh?
You got the wraps on the sanitation trucks. As keep Montgomery beautiful? That's a step, Kevin. Come on now.
I came up with the greatest saying of all, and I told her, I said, listen, we need to put billboards up, say, show some class, pick up your trash. And I mean, what a great saying.
And
they want to hear.
By majority rule, or
Yeah, I mean, you got to give people a catchy phrase, because you can even hear the kids tell them, and show some class, pick up the trash. You got to, because I ain't out there picking up everybody's trash. You got to motivate people to help themselves. Yeah, and that's a good way to do it. You going down the road and you ready to throw something out the way.
You feel a little more sign. Well, it's not that it can't be done.
There are so many useless boards.
I agree.
For the city of Montgomery. So many have nothing to do, just sit there and put their name on a piece of paper. My name is on enough paper already. I don't need them more.
Yeah, but those things at least having an effort to keep the city clean.
Oh yeah. The effort is good.
Yeah.
But it ain't up to us to keep the city clean. It's up to us to motivate the people to clean the city clean.
Right, that's what the Clean City Commission is designed to do, to help motivate people.
Okay.
And motivate, and we give trash, and you all give trash bags, and trash pickup little things. And, there's a lot of things that y'all do, but people have to want to do that themselves.
Exactly.
I agree. But we got the resources to help you do it if you want to do it.
Yeah. Now the bag thing's good. Some people in my neighborhood, I gave them a couple picker stickers, so they could pick up trash around the area and stuff like that.
Yeah, I just wish if more people would do that, at least around your house.
At least
around your house. You can go around your house, you'll be all right. So, but that's what we're doing. We're doing the neighborhood video contest. We want neighborhood, because on the website, if you go to YouTube, there's a site that goes the 10 worst places to live in Montgomery.
Yeah, Montgomery's on it.
And that's just sad.
That is sad. But I think you can pick any 10 places in America, put the same people on it.
Yeah. You can put the 10 worst places to live in Montgomery and not cover the same 10 twice.
Like in Nashville, Tennessee, like they had neo-Nazi march. I said, well, hey, we didn't.
Well, we had KKK march.
That's the same thing.
Well, like I don't know. So I might need to get in touch with your son to do the.
If you're always
photography for our banquet, I see what he charges.
Don't worry, take us with you.
Oh, my son?
Yeah.
I'll give you some.
Alexa or Google smart home device.
We just have a comment.
News Radio
Okay.
1440.
Okay, we're back. We gotta go, but we'll be back. Okay, all the long commercials, it's over.
USFA 12 news update on News Radio 1440.
Yeah, have them on our banquet. We'll get the pictures taken.
He will never call you, so I'm gonna tell you which number to call him.
Okay.
Oh, let me see if he's out of bed this morning. It's nice to have grown kids.
Yeah, still living at home with you?
Oh no, we'll play that. No. You ain't grown if you living at home.
That's what I'm saying. You said it's nice to have grown kids. Huh?
It's nice to have. You can call them, wake them up, borrow money from them, all kind of things.
Oh yeah.
You ain't got no money.
Okay. The chances go up. Alabama's annual severe weather preparedness.
So other than photography, what else does he do?
This weekend. Certain items $60 or less.
As soon as that boy does, that's all he needs to do.
Yeah. Well, apparently he does really good.
Yeah.
Some big names coming to the Montgomery Performing Arts Center this year, including comedian Pete Davidson and band REO.
Of course, now years ago when he said, I want to take pictures, I said, you need a job. I wouldn't help him up. Then finally I broke down.
News Radio 1440, WLWI AM, the home of the Dan Bungie Show. Also on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, Alabama.
Well, yeah, but you invested into his.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's a lie. He told me too.
You invested in his future.
But
how many times you invested to make this?
I'm Deborah Rodriguez, and we begin with a possible shift on Biden administration policy in the Middle East. For the first time, the U.S. appears to be ready to support a UN resolution calling for a temporary ceasefire in the fighting in Gaza.
You know what I don't understand about us in Gaza, nobody's worried. The Hamas didn't have a ceasefire when they went and killed all them folks on October the 7th. They didn't have a ceasefire. I hate when now the only thing is because we talk about indiscriminate killing,
Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Yeah,
we did that too.
Yeah, because they bombed us, so we retaliated.
Right.
But we told them we were coming. We told them we were going to do it. We sent leaflets out to everybody, let them know that this is coming.
And they got the same problem then that they got now. Everybody can't get out. Where you gonna go? Where you go when you have no place to go?
Well, I agree. But why don't they turn them in? Why don't they rally up? If you know the end is coming, why don't you rally up and turn all them in? Make life easier for you.
Because I believe in America, it is in our DNA to be obstinate. It is in our DNA to be contrary. We fight against authority at the same time trying to accept it. Those people over there, you know, I've gone to places, you've probably been to places that I don't understand how they live like that.
I understand how they live. I've been there. But they do.
They do. Because that's all they know.
Yeah.
You know, we look at it from a perspective of us. All this, hell, someday we got too much freedom.
Yeah, but when somebody's beating you up, Kevin,
I know.
The other thing they got to tell you, is listen, turn in your big brother, or turn in your neighbor down the street, and your life will be a whole lot easier. And they'd rather die than turn in their neighbor down the street. And we do it here.
We do it here.
People kill loved ones and people down on TV. They say, you know anything? And we let people know.
Steve Kathan,
But we're
CBS
gonna turn
News,
it on each
Charleston,
other.
South Carolina.
A new storm is
we can't do that here. We
affecting
can't expect them to do that
California,
there.
bringing heavy
Exactly.
rain and flash flooding.
And we got
Michael
quote-unquote
Gonzalez
freedom.
lives northwest of LA in
And we're supposed to be
Carpinteria.
I think it's more culture and
We need it.
civilized, too.
It's unfortunate.
I'm just getting tired of everybody saying, I mean, I hate
What it is.
Santa Barbara Airport
I mean, you
closed
can't be a
yesterday
human
after
being
almost 10 inches
and
of
not
rain by
pray
midday.
and hope for
A new
those young
Beyonce
folks.
song is
But we
making
did
history
the
in
same thing in a hell of a lot bigger manner. We dropped Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and I think we dropped another one too, but those are the two big ones that we dropped. And I said, I didn't realize that them bombs don't hit the ground.
No, they explode before they hit the ground.
And I'm saying to myself, and we got the audacity to tell Jerusalem, to Netanyahu, don't fight for your people. We've spent 20 years in Afghanistan losing almost because somebody came and killed 3,000 of our citizens. Did we deserve it? We did. But how many innocent people did we kill?
The new year is the perfect time to make some positive changes for your body and your health. If you've been enjoying
If it was a fair fight, then they don't fight fair. But they don't fight fair. And they didn't fight fair in Vietnam. They didn't fight fair in
World War II, World War I.
I mean, if people want to fight fair, then life would be a lot easier. But when you don't fight
I know in the 80s, we was always going over to Colombia. We was always going to some foreign country for drugs. And the only reason why the drug market is good in the world because the United States of America, our people want us to get high.
All the time. All the time.
We blame, how we gonna blame them when we keep saying, give me some more, give me some more, give me some more. Hell, I give me some more.
Yeah, they're creating us.
You can find that deliver at Amazon.com.
Man.
So I don't understand it half the
Visit
time.
NewNordicUSA.com.
Like as the song says, it's like a jungle sometimes.
We are just so hypocritical as a nation. Sometimes, not me, the poor folks like you and I.
Well, we're
I mean, me.
the most active ones to say something. The other nations would be just as hypocritical if they could have a voice in the conversation, but they don't. They choose not to say anything. I mean, Britain doesn't say too much. Our allies don't say too much. It's always us who's doing the most talking, and we're the ones who get the most criticized.
Infrastructure. The Biden administration has now invested $22 billion in clean water funding to help ensure more children and families have access to.
I have never seen anything like this in the history of America, where we gonna indict a man, find a man, where nobody complained about the man, the banks, and what people don't understand.
Yeah, but you know that's illegal though.
Wait a minute. He doesn't determine his value. The appraisal determines his value. He don't. Because I would have can't help my house be worth $1 million right now.
Yeah, but if you agree, you sign paperwork and say yes it is, and you know it ain't.
Wait a minute. It is up to the banks to determine whether or not that value is correct.
This is Donald Trump.
But you think no? That's anybody. If I
can't do that.
Listen, if I can't do it, but if I could go to the bank and say, hey, my house over there, it's worth about it's worth about $450,000, and the bank said, you want to make some loan? Yeah, let me sign that paper right there. It's not his fault that the bank did not. The bank, first of all, nobody was hurt. Nobody benefited. He wasn't hurt. The bank wasn't hurt. Nobody complained. How you gonna charge somebody when there is no charge?
Is there a fine for littering on? Is there a fine for littering?
I don't know anybody ever got one.
Why?
I don't know anybody ever got a fine.
Why is there a fine for littering if nobody was hurt?
Because somebody is hurt in that indirectly, because if everybody decides to litter,
and that's my point with Donald.
But no, we ain't got Donald's money. We can't do it Donald.
But if everybody decided to try to circumvent the system,
they do it every day,
and people get caught every day.
Wait a minute, his houses are right there. You don't have to give a man what he asked for in his house. It's got to be appraised. It's got to be appraised.
I totally agree. It has to be appraised. But that's how.
Listen, rich people don't work the way we do.
No, I totally agree on
that.
They
don't.
He has always conned people. His whole and you know from doing the history of Donald Trump and his dad, they've always.
We get mad at him for what his daddy did.
No, I'm getting mad at him for what he did.
What did he do wrong?
What has he done right, Kevin?
Well, I like the guy.
I figured you would.
I mean, but what has he done wrong? He's not been charged with insurrection. He did not insurrect.
He did.
He did not. There's no such thing as insurrection. Insurrection is a conspiracy to take over the government.
And they did not plan on doing that?
No.
He never once denied that he lost the election.
They cheated that man.
Out of all these years of having elections,
finally, Garfield Garfield and when he ran, they had the same issue, and the Senate decided who's going to be president. Okay. It has happened before.
Okay, so it may have happened before, but now how many years ago has that been since that
happened? It's the same process and the same constitution.
Okay.
You can't.
He cried. He
got a right to.
He cried. Yeah. That it was an unfair election before he even got in the race.
Because he knew they were going to cheat the man. They were trying to cheat him then.
Oh, okay.
They were trying to cheat him then. What y'all say? Democrats are crazy.
Okay.
Hillary Clinton said the same thing when Trump won. Well, he stole it. He
did.
Okay. So you see, here's one thing I figured out about Clinton and him and whatever your mindset is, whatever it is, it ain't changed.
Well, you know, his philosophy is if I cry long enough, people will start believing me. And that's what he's done. He's hollered and he's cried unfair election.
Wait a minute.
He cried unfair election from the very first beginning.
In the history of America.
And he cried, and now people believe him.
Where in the Constitution does it say you can vote for the president for a month?
What do you mean for a month?
That's what they did. There's nowhere in the Constitution where they say you can vote for the presidency of the United States for 1 month.
What do you mean vote for 1 month?
Go to the early voting. Where in the Constitution does it say anything about early voting?
Look, I don't say
exactly.
But it implies that.
No, it don't imply. It don't imply cheating.
So early voting is cheating?
Yes, it is.
Why is it cheating?
Yes, it is.
If you be out of town, Kevin, you want to catch the vote.
All in the name. No, we got that. That's the absentee ballot. That's fine. We ain't talking about absentee ballot.
What's the difference?
Because absentee ballot means you're incapable of getting to the destination at time to vote. These people lived up the street. They can get there, but for 1 month.
Early, I can vote. I want to vote.
Now, and the only reason why I can't say they cheated because the Republicans are too stupid to do the same thing. Okay, but they were wrong. They ain't none of our Constitution give you and all in the name of COVID. We did so many things in the name of COVID that are unconstitutional. It's like we think the Constitution.
Yeah, but who was in power during COVID?
Who was president before?
Trump was in power
during
COVID.
He didn't change it.
That's my point, Kevin.
He didn't
not either. He and the Senate were in charge of running the country. And they did just as much illegal stuff during COVID as the Democrats did when they got in.
They all cheat.
So right, it's Republicans and the Democrats.
They all cheat.
So I'm glad you said
but they did cheat Trump out of the vote. Over in Atlanta. And now we find out that the woman over in Atlanta getting banged by the guy she paying. She did.
She has sex with him. Yeah, I agree there. But that
she ain't even that good looking.
According to him, she was.
Well, but she ain't ugly. She just, But how you gonna pay a guy to go after Trump, and you giving him the taxpayers' money and going on vacations and all kind of extravagant things?
He paid for his own way.
You believe that?
That's what she said. I can only go by what a person said.
Well, if he did, he paid it by interest.
I got nothing to do with that. I got nothing to do with that.
If he did, he paid by the inch.
Well, apparently it was good.
Hey, blaming the man. And we're back. Good morning, everybody. Okay, I gotta redo my mindset this time of the day. That's, this 3 hour thing, 10 o'clock I would do it. 10 o'clock. But I'm working it out. I got a guess. Somebody's been waiting on the phone for like 29 minutes. It's got to be Ed. I can't think of anybody else who would wait that long just for me. So, all right, go ahead, Ed. What you got? That's Roscoe's friend. That's Roscoe's friend. Yeah, well, we got a guest in the studio this morning. We got Mr. John Dow, former city councilman, and now he holds another station over there in the city doing what he's doing. I don't really know, but he's here to tell us about. He works for the neighborhood services, right? That's right. Okay, and I don't know what that means, but what does that mean? If you're familiar with what I do, if you're familiar with what I do with the bond program back in 1990. Okay, what year is this? 2000. I remember bond. Okay. I was the program director for bond. We worked the neighborhood education. So bonds became part of the city, and now it's part of neighborhood services. There's still something of the bonds here, but we're just doing it from the city's perspective with the city's perspective. And exactly, doing neighborhood services, what do you, I don't quite get that. You go out and look at the neighborhood, and whose yard looks better than everybody's yard and things like that? No, that's housing codes. That's how it is. What neighborhood services does is we provide assistance to neighborhood organizations within their community that are looking to establish and to improve the work of the community, whether it's having meetings to do senior citizen programs or something for youth tutorials or just cleanup or just enhancing your neighborhood overall. I'm sure where you live, there's a neighborhood association. Yes, there is. I'm sure there is, because you live off of. I think they have one. I don't know. So I'm sure that I'll be sure. I'm sure you have a neighborhood association. I think Highland Gardens they have one. I live in Highland. And Capitol Heights, that's kind of like that. And Capitol Heights has one. Highland Gardens has one. And what they do, they talk about what they do. I got a letter here. Or you don't live in a neighborhood. I'm sure one way or the other, Kevin. No. Okay, well, I tell you what, after you tell me what neighborhood you live in, I'll get you in contact with neighborhood president. I should be the neighborhood president. I know, I don't know that hard, but if you're involved into the meetings, if they go into but we provide the leadership training, the support that they need. We also have grant program that we give them small grants that help enhance the opportunity. For example, Regency Park does a really good job of taking this to the students. Whether it's going up to Birmingham, the Community Center, or going to the zoo, or the Shakespeare Festival. Something to help the effectiveness of the association. I've had this before for a long time. People will ignore about that. But other thing, I went to a customer. I come out, the local dog just dropping the load right here. They keep on moving with their owner. Be a law again, let your ugly dog trap people's yard and walk away from it. There ought to be a law where you take people, you have to have a super with them when they walk the ugly dog. So what's with them? Well, they do have that time. Now, that's neighborhood. I'm talking about city ought to have that. Well, I'm sure that's something that the city council is definitely saying. You was on the city council for a minute. Did you ever entertain it? In fact, there was a community that I cared. Well, we understand that feral dogs and cats, but I'm saying to have an owner of a pet walk by your yard. I told you that is not right. So we need a law. Well, let's put together something. They agree with me. And have them take that to the city council and have the city council address it. But that's the start of that. Well, make that happen. It's in your neighborhood. It's in every neighborhood. Okay, but then find your neighborhood and let's get together and start working on that. I ain't gonna advocate for the neighborhood, yes, but when they doing something, but I'm not going to encourage my preference on your neighborhood. When you walk out your house one day and you step in something, you'll change your mind. I own a house and I know it's like you walk out and step in
I've done that. I've done that. And I scared my neighbor's dog was to tell me to do that, and then I realized just to look at neighbor. I told you that if it's like this again, this is not
Chase him. Chase him and on. Anyway, John Dow's with us from Montgomery Neighborhood Services. And evidently, I didn't really realize this department existed, but he's gone. Right. And your job is to get with the neighborhood leaders.
Yeah, and to provide whatever resources we can provide to help them and make their neighborhood a lot better, a lot better, more effective. And to provide opportunities for city council to be able to connect and serve and give them the resources that they need. And one thing that we're having every year, this is a 28th time that's having this marriage banquet. And the marriage banquet is designed to recognize those marriage banquets. They're doing outstanding work at the process they can. When they're coming together, they're working together, they're doing social, have a nice dinner, have a nice social. It's just a community. If we're engaging and crossing the lines, and letting each of them neighbors know what's going on in the world at this time. So it's a really good opportunity to help us with the world at this place, and we'll be giving opportunities to our small grants. We just kind of encourage you because the one thing that we're really excited about is that we have a video coming. And we would like the neighborhood to put together a 2 to 3 minute video about what people like about their neighborhood. And I showed it to you out there as I saw this video for the 10 worst places to live in the city. And I was very disappointed. And that's clear because I noticed there's a lot of good places to live. And so what we want to do is to put together a contest with the neighborhood association, only the neighborhood association, the individuals, with the association will come together and let's record a 2 minute video about what's good about our neighborhood. And once you get the 2 minute video, go to our website and see it on the website. And click on neighborhood association, you upload the video. We will have a judges, that will judge the videos on the content and the comments and on the website. And from there, we'll make the announcement that who's going to win this award with the marriage banquet. $2,000 that goes to the neighborhood association.
So, you can't win one person?
No, you cannot win. It goes to the neighborhood association. It's not for you, so we're trying to enhance.
That's why they don't go.
We're trying to enhance the neighborhood association. The first place is $3,000. Second place is $2,500. And third place is $2,000. Now, the deadline to have it uploaded to us at our office is on March the 3rd at midnight. Sunday, March the 3rd at midnight, we must have all of the.
It can be done by camera, cell phone. Well, I mean, we're going to do it. We get some help here. Good morning, who's this? Good morning.
Good morning. John. Hello. Hi, Miss Lewis. How you doing? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, I remember. Oh, wow. The time waits for no one, that's for sure. Yes, ma'am. Well, Ms. Lewis, it's so much a pleasure. Thank you for being a part of this.
Yeah. Okay then. All right. All right. 8:20 in the morning. John Dow's with us. Talking about neighborhood services. The department over. Okay. Good morning. Who's this?
Yes, sir. How well are you? Yes, sir. How you doing, Thank you. And also the bonds program really just became part of the city doing the same thing, it's just a name change. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I agree.
It is what it is.
I do want to say this, Reverend Sankey, and thank you so much for calling on this matter. When I was with the bonds program initially, our main focus was to give grants to small or to developing neighborhood associations. And these are very small grants, beautification grants, neighborhood entrance sign grants, trees and flowers and cleanup grants. What we're doing now is we want to take neighborhood associations to the next level. So during our training program that we'll be implementing in April, we're requiring that any neighborhood association that wants to be a part of us has to come through an 8-month training program with us. That means, okay, 1 day a week, a month, I'm sorry, 1 day a month for 2.5 hours. And we're going to require that your neighborhood president, vice president, and secretary attend, because what we found out is that when we have training and only one person shows up or one person's committed, if that person doesn't show up for the meeting, then that information is not even being able to be disseminated back to the community. So we're going to be doing and establishing
What kind
a
of
structure.
training? I mean, what
Everything
kind of training?
from everything from a mission statement, creating your own neighborhood mission statement, your vision statement, your bylaws, your long range and short range planning, your SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of your neighborhood. And what we're going to do at the end of these 8 months, you'll put together a strategic plan for your neighborhood association, something that you can take to the city council, something that the planning commission can look at. When it comes to development in your neighborhood, your strategic plan says this is what we want for our community. And so therefore, when leadership changes, leadership may change, but the strategic plan stays the same.
Let me ask, so in order to be a bona fide, legitimate neighborhood association,
Recognized by the city.
So which means you have to be a 501c3.
No. You just need to have an EIN number.
Okay.
Okay, you just need to have an EIN number and a bank account, meet on a regular basis, and be able to provide to us a copy of the EIN and a copy of your minutes and or bylaws. And then that recognizes.
But if they get city money,
then they have to make sure that they are vetted through the city's process, so that the county, so the city councilman could give them money through them directly, and the city council can give the money through us from the grant that we get from the budget in the city. But we want to make sure that we take neighborhood association to that next level that Reverend Sankey talked about, where you're looking at the holistic value and the importance of the community on a larger level, not just smaller. But we want to do that through our leadership training program.
Yeah. We'll come back, give John the last word on this. John Dow, who's former city councilman, and now he's head of neighborhood services in the city of Montgomery. And I guess that's everything. Hey, whatever happened to all the? I thought we were going to put cameras on people, on old folks' house, so they could sneak outside trying to look in.
Well, I think that's something that they need to do as a vision. If the city council is going to pay them, then you have to sign them up to do that.
Let me say.
Okay, so who's your opponent that you know? If the he's gonna get you keep saying you're gonna give us up. What you never do. Yeah. That's because you try to find out take your place right now.
Well, real chance. I don't want to say we don't need to. I mean, that's just really radio is. I want to like that. Democrats don't make this comfortable. They just don't. All that whining. Right. All that whining. Well, somebody did something. Who's racist? And that. I mean, if you're going with that crap, and there may be some racist folks out there. Well, there's a lot of racist folks out there. Sure, there are. But on both sides. Yeah. Not just on one side. All white folks ain't bad. All white folks ain't great. Yeah. So, and vice versa. I mean, you just. I think we ought to spend a little bit more time looking at the commonalities that we have instead of different. Me, I can travel that highway on either side. Yeah.
Sometimes you're on one side, you get stuck on the one side. You refuse to change lanes, Kevin.
Well, I do believe in certain philosophical principles. And yeah, like again, I'm trying to find the other day. We only teach biology in the 9th grade now. Yeah. Now, no wonder our kids are confused about male and female, because we are trying to ignore the biological tenets of a human being. Yeah. So we actually believe that a man there's no such thing as trans nothing. Yeah. No man has ever changed himself into a woman, and no woman ever changed herself. I said it's political. I said that, but so when I can't compete against Japanese, Chinese people, we're gonna lose. Most of the time. Excellence used to be our names in the black community. You have no money, you have this, you have that, but excellence, you have to be better than that other guy. Benjamin Elijah said, the worst you can do, if you reach for the stars, the worst you can do is get to the moon.
Which is just so far ahead of everybody else.
But we and our public schools just begin to mess, except for the magnet schools, which really are public schools. Yeah. But there's a group of schools over here, we put over here, but they may get out, they may get out, they don't.
And I was at one of those schools.
Yeah, I just what the hell happened to it? But even if the parents are not involved, the school has a responsibility, local parentis, which means that then send them home to the parents. That ain't my fault. They should have put them on school. We still gotta bring it in our house right now. Then we'll take care of that. We get home the right time. We'll take care of that. Yeah, we'll take care of that. Somebody's going to do that.
Somebody down the road, my grandchildren will have to deal with society of uneducated people.
And there's no reason for it. We live in a nation where education doesn't cost you anything. It costs us.
I think at the time that it's free.
Right. I mean, it's free to them. But whatever happened to excellence?
What happened to value? We don't value.
Yeah, Democrats have changed it. You convince a man to be a woman and accept him. Well, hell, if you can't believe in the basic fundamental tenets of a human being, well, nothing else matters.
Well, that can tell us that taking on economic growth.
It did work for somebody. It did work for them. You ain't gonna never. What's the Bible say about the poor? They'll always be rich. But he didn't say what to do. How much you don't hire people? Poor folks don't hire people.
How much money have you got? You're a Republican. You're a Republican. So I would say that there's going to come a time where we all have to be reckoned with the society that we're creating.
Democrats are creating making people think that the whole world's against them. Lord have mercy, it ain't their fault. Your ass made 14 different kids by 14 different women. You
George Bush.
What about it?
All the Republicans that have been president have not made any dent in this illiterate.
Why? Black folks too. They run into school.
Will you still count?
Yeah, here you go. Hey. Laura didn't say that. Well, that's okay, sorry about that little bleed over there, but we are we're working on that. Hey, John Dow is with us. He is the former city council. You ever going to work here? Yeah. People didn't think they did. How about mayor?
No, I'm not going to go for it.
Okay. You know, John Dow who's here to take now. So you guys have a contest, a 24/24 video contest, and I guess you can do the video with your camera, your phone, whatever it may be. And it needs to be uploaded to the site by March the 3rd.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 minutes, no longer than 3 minutes.
Okay. Can we use special effects and all that stuff?
How do they want to do it? In fact, there's some rules and qualifications. Let's just give them any website, click on Maker Services, click on a video contest in it, and it'll give you all those questions and requirements that you need to do. Now, I do want to say this, but I'm also over the 311 program. And the 311 is
people complaining it's not working.
It is good.
The mail is every one day wasn't working.
It's definitely.
Okay.
So how about that? And if you can reach it by 311, you can reach it by about 65 versus that takes you to our operators, and that we will have to take you up to
do that number one more time.
65 4636. So if people say that if the listeners say
4636?
Yes.
625.
Yes, 65. And we're also working with the Twin City Commission, which is a commission that provides supplies and you said on the board, thank you, you said on the board, provides resources for individuals. And this is an individual thing, but individuals that want to clean up, neighborhood education that want to clean up in their area. They provide everything from flashlights to gloves to pick up items, you can pick up trash without bringing over. So there's a lot of items that the Queen City Commission works with us and neighborhood services to provide. So not only do we give grants and training to neighborhood associations, but we have the 311 program, and we also have the Queen City Commission
so how can they reach you at that time? Because 311, what is the purpose of 311 anyway? So you don't have to, it's not like an off ramp, so you don't have to call the office directly. You can call 311 and they'll dispatch.
A 311 takes you a complaint. If it's a tree limb down, if it's a power line down, if it's a pothole, if it's any issue that you have that's going on in your neighborhood, you can call 311 and report it, and a 311 representative will take that into the system and then send it to the right department, and that department will come out and address that issue.
Is there a documentation when we call that phone call calling 311?
Yes, there is.
Okay. So
I get a notification every time somebody dials 311 and submits a complaint or a request.
So it's a recorder?
You know, it's not a recorder, it's an actual
person
email. No, it's a person that takes your request over the phone, yes.
Right, okay.
In fact, we are going to later on this year have it where you can chat you can chat the number, you put in your request and your complaint. You can via that. So there's all types of opportunities.
Matter of fact, somebody just texted me said, tell you to bring back the app. It was great.
Yes, we are.
Attach photos, get incident updates automatically. That's great. That is good. So what happened to that?
And I don't know what have you, if it goes before me, but we are bringing back the app, we are bringing back the photos, we are bringing back the chat. And you just see this roll out some of the places today.
Okay. Good morning, on air with John Dow. Good morning. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you so much,
Okay.
sir.
Good. Well, John, it's a pleasure. You got to come up more often.
Yeah.
And talk to.
Yeah.
I think, today was my first day. I've never been on the air from 7 to 10.
Yeah, no, you're getting off about this.
Yeah, no, I'm not getting off. But I'm trying to work. I'm trying to work it out. And so now I figure this all the stuff I used to do at 6 o'clock. You say, don't do that. I mean, I got to do my daily bread because you can't never get too much word.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe the PT's got to go.
Oh, the PT?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe PT's got to go. And the word of the day. But word of the day is pretty good because kids who be in the car, they can learn something. But they're probably not listening to talk radio.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do know that you can never get enough words, though.
Yeah, you can. You got to learn how. I mean, because we have to learn how to say things in a different way.
Yeah.
Not so we don't get out shooting each other and all that stuff. I mean, you can call somebody, a intellectual midget. See, you didn't call them stupid. You just said that.
Like social intelligence.
Good morning on here with John. Okay, I guess John. Look, I got to take one more break. Let John out the door and keep coming anytime you want to, Mr. Down.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
And that only job you got, it's most of we got like 3 and 4 jobs.
No, that's all I need.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you coming by. And if you see the mayor today, tell him I said hello.
I'll do that.
Is he in town?
I have no idea.
I don't either. He'll be back.
I appreciate you, man. Okay, let's get back to work.
Yeah. Well, no, you need to go back to your job. Working ain't something out there. Government is going to do. Yeah. You got tried that too?
Okay, we are back. Okay, let's get on to talk about some things. I miss my, what happened this day in history? That happened to, I thought it was a good picture, but I didn't know everything that was going on. I'm going to say 860-1440 if you want to give us a call and have something on your mind that I haven't gotten to yet, which I haven't got to a lot of things. I've been trying to figure out the new system here. Okay, but but don't forget the neighborhood services over there, so you can go over there and see whether or not you can earn $3,000 or whatever the case may be. That's what it's supposed to be. Good morning, Ed. Good morning. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. I won't be signing that one. That's it. I'll get somebody. Get somebody to answer some of those. Get somebody to answer some of those questions. I'm not signing anything. That was part of the deal when we went in there and did all that crazy stuff. Yeah, I'll do that. All right. Hey, appreciate it. 860-1440 for number here. You can text me. What's my number? 334-901 5022. Good morning. Yes. Yeah, John Dow, who's head of that, okay. What are you getting? Yeah, I hear that. Yeah. Okay, okay. I'll let them know. Okay, okay. Appreciate it. I'll let them know. Good morning on there. I keep calling you. Pretty good. How you? All in the one. Right, right, all right, right, right. Ooh, okay, I agree. Yeah, because because see, I thought that too. I thought you buy a house, the payment will never change, and that way you can put the budget. But if they take the taxes on the house, if the insurance goes up, and it's all together in that payment. So so okay, right. I can use it. Right, right. And you can actually still lose. Right, right. And I did ask that question one time when I had a house refinance. I said, I did ask that question because you can't. It's got to go up. If your insurance goes up, and if your taxes go up, and your escrow and all that stuff is in escrow. So and the only way to guarantee that your house goes, the only way to guarantee your house, right? There's no way to no, right. The only way to guarantee it is that your house is paid for, and then the taxes can still go up. Yeah, on your property. Yeah, wow. And I've seen, yeah, I get that sometimes. But I would tell you something else too. Now they talking about keeping that free meal. When we need to keep, I'm sorry, I'm fighting against it. I don't want to pay no more taxes to the county of Montgomery. 2 years ago, 2 years ago, they said, well, we need more tax money. Okay, I helped. I was for that. But now give me my free meal back to put back the money that I lost. They do. And thank you. And they on Trump about his house. No, 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 no. If the government can say my house is worth more than it is, then Trump ought to say his house is worth more than it is. So two different prices. And I asked, wait a minute, I asked the young man who used to be Miller, what was his name? Anyway, I said, how do you come up with the evaluation of my house? And there is no scientific method except by what somebody else sold their house for 2, 3, 4 months ago. It's called comp. But my house may not be worth that because his house is worth that down the road. He may have put a lot of money in that house to make it something special. I said, so you guys just put your finger in the air and decide you're going to charge me more money. So I don't know. So they can make more money off of you. Yeah, yeah. I have a texter who said nobody in their right mind would their things will never get it. I did. To me, that was the only reason for buying a house, so your payments didn't go up. Because in rent they can take your price. Right. I know people in Montgomery right now whose rent went up $200 and $300 and $400. I'm saying, no, no, okay. Hey, appreciate it. No, I thought you'd always have the same payment for 30 years. It's a 30-year mortgage. I had no idea that I could still somehow lose my house because my money, I'm making less money. I get laid off. I can't make the payments. The payments are different now than they were when I bought the house. I had no idea. So, what is the guarantee if you buy a house? Well, what's the guarantee you'll be in 30 years? You figure out. I can't tell you. You know. Good morning on there. Well, I'm not though. I'm not. So go ahead and make me break. Yeah. Yeah, I know about that one. Yeah, I know about the variable interest rate, but I'm talking when I get a and which means that exactly if the insurance goes up, yeah, yeah, well, yeah. Well, again, I realize. I realize that the loan doesn't go up, but if everything else goes up, it gets put in with the loan, and if you don't pay that part of it, you still can lose your house. Well, It's the same thing. But it's the same thing. If I can lose my house because I didn't pay the total loan or the insurance, and I can still lose my house. Well, right. Right. That's it. Right. Appreciate it. Again, whether it's the insurance going up or whether it's the whatever goes up, the taxes go up, you can still lose your house if you're on a fixed income and you cannot pay the additional charges. So you got a 30-year mortgage here. Now the loans, well, the loans not going up at all. Everything else, okay. I'm just telling you. So it's the same thing as having a big. You can lose your house if you don't have the money, but everything else goes up attached to it. Good morning. Yeah. Okay, now, in 2004, they came up with a 3 mil additional tax on our property. Okay, so we said, okay. Then a couple years ago, they wanted another meal. Some more, I forgot exactly what that meal was. So what? And it sunsets this year, I believe, unless we say, yeah, we want to keep it, it's going away, and we get our 3 meals back. But they act like they gotta have it. Well, we just made another raise in taxes a couple a year or so ago, and now I want the 3 meals back. I'm tired of giving money to the school, especially. Okay. Money is not the issue in our public schools. Money is not the issue. Not the issue. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Right. Hmm. 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 Yeah. Hey, appreciate it. Let me take one more call before I get out of this. I'm on till 10, so we'll be back. Good morning. Yes. Hey. Yeah. Real. Come on. Renewal is the same thing as new. It's the same. I mean, yeah. So why don't we let it die? So let it die. Mhm. Again, wait a minute. Okay. I'm on Social Security though. If I'm on Social Security, I can use that for. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, listen. I'm gonna have to let you go back because I gotta go. Call me back. I gotta go. I gotta go for a break. Yeah, no, it's more than $6. Oh no! Don't go for the okie doke. No, more than $6. We need that money back. We need the money back.
This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need now from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
might have brought over $1 million tax debt for their client.
Fully up to 3.3, 64.
Couple of teenagers that were 3 towers wide.
Jackson. South Carolina, schools 3.10 of their college expenses will be paid.
And for students, and protect out 17 communities, boundaries, VR headsets, simulate this like 45 of them overseas, and benefit additional medical well-being, dementia, and their life.
Hey, Wiley, I'm telling the truth. Okay, we're back. 9:07 in the morning. No, you listen to me. That's right. I'm here live. So from now on, it's like from 7 to 10 as opposed to 6 to 9. So if you got to go to work, you have to regular now. Unless my mother was telling me something. When you sign a note, right? Then, in other words, let's say you borrow $100,000 for your house. Okay, that's right. The note does not go up. You got a contract with that note. That's fine. But the one thing that note does not entail or include is insurance, other things that you must do in order to keep a house, taxes. It doesn't do that. So if your county or city, however it works out, takes up your taxes, your insurance goes up, then your note, for all intents and purposes, go up. Because if you do not pay it, I think the loan is predicated on you having insurance on your house and all kinds of things. Okay. And I really say, if your lender and you said Regions Bank went up on the change the loan, obviously you can't sue for damages. That's right, they can sue you for damages. But I'm just telling you that whatever you want to call it, you want to call it escrow or whatever you want to call it, it is still takes the note up on your house. Okay, don't take the note up. It takes the payment up. Okay, let me say that correctly. The note stays the same, but it is the payments that will change. I know I've seen it a few times. So now you have people now who can't afford to pay for some guy downtown in the White House or downtown in the City Hall or the county commissioner's office. They getting government money to go along with their job, and so therefore they don't feel your pain. Okay, they don't feel your pain. So that 3%, I don't care if it's $6 getting it back. That's a loaf of bread that somebody can buy. Okay, it's a couple of loaves of bread. Our bread was about $1.95. I like cheap stuff. But yesterday I went to the store and got some cheap stuff because it was cheaper and it felt soft. So now I'm going back to the cheap bread. But the bottom line is this. The bottom line is this. Whatever changes to your escrow account, whatever that be, it takes the payment up. And if you don't make the payment that's attached to your note, then you can lose your house. So I say, give me my free meal back. For 20 years, and as a matter of fact, the only thing that has gotten worse in America in the last 20 years, the only thing that's gotten worse is education and government. Unless you have the money to put your kids, I should not have to put my child in a private school so he can have an environment that is conducive to learning. No parent in this town should do that. There's always going to be some kids who are exceptionally bright. So we don't want to hold back to people like me because I don't know what you're talking about. But you shouldn't, the quality of education, the quality of that environment should be the same in public school as it is in private school. And it is not. It is not. I've never heard so many excuses in my life as it comes to public school why we can't do it. Where their mama don't want us to Chicago, then send that nuthead home to his mama. Okay? Send Sally Mae home, who thank her butts for twerking all the time. Send her home to her mom. Okay, I've never heard that. And did you hear the news? It's so bad up in Brockton and Brockton. I think it was Brockton, New Hampshire, New Jersey, somewhere there, and Brockton, that the teachers of the schools have asked for the National Guard to come sit around the school. It's gotten that bad because for some reason, grown people in charge of education in America now don't think that discipline is an essential part of education. Okay? They call for the National Guard. And sooner or later, it'll be the same thing around here. So the police got their hands full already with the regular crooks. Okay? I'm just telling you, it's not worth that additional $3 million. If I was getting some form of money, I said, okay, I ain't getting them for the money. No, it's not worth it. I'm just sorry. When I can go into a school and don't see people with their pants hanging off their butt, the shirts all out of their pants, okay, not cussing at people, not disrespecting people like I see all the time. When I can see that, then I'm saying, okay. When my kids can get this done, we have no more going to school, but when public school kids can have the same environment that private schools have, I didn't say the educational level. There are some kids who absolutely make me look dumb. Depending on the subject matter at hand. So when I get an environment which I'm proud to go to my school, well, I'm proud to my son goes to Lee or whatever the new English person do. When we can do that, when the environment is comparable to that of a private school, now I'm with you. Let's pay some more money. Right now, no. Give me my $3 million. And if you believe in the $3 million, let me keep your money. I'm sorry for you. Okay, it's like going to the store, they charge you for a dozen eggs that you've never seen. You look on your receipt, dozen eggs. Where the eggs at? How do you do them? But you got to pay for them because somebody else needs it. Okay, you got to pay for something that somebody else needs. I'm sorry, I want the money back. I say absolutely no, not just a little bit no, absolutely no. That decision. Give us our money back. Again, when you got that, you said it was going to make things better, and it has not made things better. Now you got another one a couple of years ago. That's supposed to make things better. Money is not the issue in school. It is discipline and the pursuit of excellence. I love going by MA. I mean, whatever school that is on Long Road or it says the pursuit of excellence. I love that thing. We need to put that on every school in Montgomery. Every school. Come on, who's this? Hello. Good morning. I'm good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's not the amount. It's not the amount. It is the fact that they told us even then that they was going to help with the system. It has not. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And what that what's the, wait, 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 let me come. What's that number again? Okay, I well, I didn't pay attention. I didn't pay attention to that some years ago. So that's true. So okay, am I right? So a person can still lose their house if they cannot afford the additional extra money. They cannot afford it. But if you right, but if you own Social Security, if you own Social Security, like, what, I'm 75 years old. No, I'm not 75. Exactly. So what good is it to have a note that when it's, your payments can still change? Well, okay. And now wait a minute. And now we get an opportunity to get a little money back, $5, whatever it is. And now you're whining to me that well, we still need it. I don't see an improvement in school. I don't see it. In a private school, I don't see it. I'm sorry. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. They're gonna do whatever they want to do. Yeah, they're gonna do whatever they want to do with the money. Yeah, yeah. Hey, appreciate it. Yeah, I don't. I still say I'm sorry. Give me my $3 back. I don't give it $5. $5 added to my income is better than $5 taken away. Good morning. Yes, I'm doing fine. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. All right. I appreciate it, Mr. Ed. Okay. I gave you a minute already. Really, you say the same thing every day. I mean, you really just say the same thing. Yeah, pretty much you do. I mean, we old enough now to know what we're talking about. I mean, 30 seconds. All right. Okay. All right. Let's take a break. We'll be back right after the.
And welcome back, everybody. It is 9:25 in the morning. If you got to be here by 10 o'clock, we got about 35 minutes. I just to arrive. I'll be there by 9, a little late, but that's okay. We'll work it out. Okay, talking about the things of life, the things that make us say, and the things that make us say, Again. Anyway, 864-1451, we got good morning, who's this? Yeah. Yeah. This one was renewed in 2004. Okay, so they ought to be comparable. There's no reason. There's no reason in the world why a public school cannot be. I don't blame them. Listen, wait a minute. Okay, let me ask you. What year? Wait a minute. Wait. What year were you born? What year were you born? Really? So what's destroying them now? We got 52 schools in Montgomery. 52. Yes, I did. It still takes the payment up. It still takes the payment up. It takes the payment up on your house. We still take the payments up. Right. Okay, but it still takes your house payment up. Yes, it is. We got $9 billion education. Right. Okay. Maybe so, but if I'm on Social Security, okay, I'm on Social Security. I get $700 a month. I'm not complaining about me. I like it. But again, if I'm on, we're not getting a return on the money. We're not getting a return on the money. I'm sorry. Listen. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna see who wins this. Y'all or me. We are thinking about it. We are thinking about it. I've lived here for 33 years, and I've seen it go from good to bad to worse. I've lived here 33 years. I lived here longer than I lived in my own hometown. So I know what's been going on. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. And maybe they'll compete with one another. We do. No, we just disagree. We just disagree. Yeah, we just disagree. We got $9 billion budget for state education. There is nothing more important than your child being able to get a good job because he's been educated well. There's nothing more important than that. It's not about money. You get more money than I did when I was in high school, and I did okay. Okay. We just disagree. And we do public school a disservice by not expecting excellence. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Isn't the magnet schools public schools and they can pick and choose who they want to? There we go. There. So we got the same thing. Okay. Listen. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. Exactly. And the environment in public schools should be comparable to that in private schools. There's no excuse for it. You need to tell people before you need to tell people to pull their pants up when they come to school. If you come to school like a bum, you're gonna act like a bum all day long. If you let them walk in with the stupid looking haircuts they are, they're gonna act stupid all day long. So no, yeah, yeah. Well, that's what's wrong with our schools. Let me ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you one question. I'm gonna be done. Why is it that magnet schools can choose who they want in their public schools? I hear you. I hear you. Because they don't want to deal with numbnuts and Johnny Lee and Bubba and Leroy Jr. coming there making a mess out of their school. That's why, because they have no discipline. 9:31 in the morning. Good morning. Who's this? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, let's get to the point here. Hey, listen, I appreciate it. All right, good. I appreciate it. I'm good. Didn't change my mind. Okay. Everyone's got a right to their own opinion. Good morning. Good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think that in the financial world, we would call this a deficit. Yeah. But let us say, what I always remember, right, it's not the kids that are the problem. It is leadership at these institutions that is the problem. Not the kids. Kids do what you allow them to do. Right. I'm just saying, I want people to understand that. For the last budget, they wanted 549 million. 549 million. You know, that's one of those Ripley's Believe It or Not. Because I don't get it. I really don't get it. I think I'm a pro public school person. I believe we need an institution that instills discipline, that instills the willingness to learn. And I'm tired of people blaming it on parents. When people bring me their computer, but not everything. Okay, when you bring me your right, when you bring me your computer, I don't give it back to you and say I can't. Here, it's $100. Give me my money. I couldn't fix it. No, 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 no. When we send our kids to school, we want them. I want to get what we're paying for. A class, a second to none. I don't care how many private schools go in Montgomery. If the public schools were doing the same job with behavior and academic and the curriculum, people wouldn't be paying all that money to go to private school. Yeah. Right. To get learning. I get boys walking around with dresses on, eyelashes. I get which certainly messes up the environment. I mean, everybody. If you have taken biology, you know there's a difference between a man and a girl, a boy and a girl. You know that. And now I understand that they only teach biology in the ninth grade. Well, hell, no wonder everybody's confused. You know what? Wait a minute. I don't know. The AEA deals with teachers and administrators, not the students. So I'm not going to put that. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I'm since education has to be such a right. But again, since education is so fraught with political issues, I do want my teachers to have the liberty to teach within certain guidelines what they want to teach. I mean, right now you can't. I've been in school right now. It's hard to sit tell the guy, "Oh, there's no such thing as a transgender," because they don't want to fire you. You know, yeah, right. They're not, and that's not their job. Right. And I don't blame the teachers need protection sometimes. You know, I can't. All the teachers work at the behest of the principal and the superintendent of education. Most of, and that may be so, but they're all with the school to learn how to teach. So I don't think they ought to be none of them in their wildest imagination cannot believe the things they are told to put up with in public school. They would never believe it. Okay. Oh, that's true. We all got different experiences. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, then put them someplace else. Doing something. I mean, I don't know. They can't teach a student. Wait. It's hard to teach kids who are allowed to be disruptive, disrespectful, and incorrigible. Okay, it's hard. And so at some point, I gotta go. At some point, you get tired of putting up with it. We'll be back. Really? So, let's see if you have any questions.
Don't put plastic in the microwave because heat will have chemicals to make it your
Well, you know. I don't know.
Dependable. We are your news station. News Radio 1440.
The time of the clock says 9:45 in the morning. A usual place for me to be here at 9:45, but I think I can get used to this. I think I'm doing good. 860-1440 is never here. We're going to try to talk to whatever. You don't have to stick to what I'm talking about. I want to keep the money. I want to get the student more money. Give me my $3 back, and I'm happy. Good morning. Who's this? Pretty good. The impact program is pretty good, and the magnet schools are okay. But even the magnet school, they took the requirements for to get into the magnet school. They lowered those. Mm-hmm. It was a different time back then. They're not doing the things now that they were doing then. Yeah. 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 Right. Mm-hmm. Listen, I'm not saying public school is all bad. Magnet schools are public schools. Magnet schools are public schools. That's right. Let me ask you a question. I went to public school. Let me ask you a question. A child comes up to you in the classroom the last week for the teacher. B, do you know who I am? And she took the child to the principal. The principal sent the child back to the room. And that kind of behavior is going on all over public schools. Not just, and in Hampton, in Brockton, New Jersey, or where is that? They call him the national guardian to guard the schools because the kids are so rowdy and so disruptive and so. It ain't just there. We have lost discipline in our society. And we allow it. We allow it. No, it isn't. You know, no. You're paying for it. You're paying to be the dumbest guy in the whole wide world. That doesn't mean that the school has to allow you to come in there and be disruptive. I agree. Mine wouldn't either. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sure, sure. Yeah. And and the only people who are do not going to this mess is the kids in school because they do whatever they are allowed to do. I have never seen a profession. I have never seen a profession in my life that is so scared to speak up about what they know is wrong, but teachers. And the excuse they give me, "Well, I won't lose my job." No, he don't. No, he doesn't. My mother didn't give me a choice. My mother didn't give me a choice whether or not to be decent in school. Yeah. That's true. That's true. But the school, okay, let me ask you this question. When you walk into the school building, you are what's known as local parental. The school in charge of you until you leave that area. So that's right. And give them some discipline. I don't want to worry. Send them home. If they're that bad, send them back home. Yeah, but y'all make so many excuses. Your mama didn't play that. Your mama didn't play that. Right? Kids do what you allow them to do. And let me ask you something. Do you know anything in the last 30 years, from computers to cars to all manner of technological advances? Do you know anything that has gotten worse? Most everything has gotten better except our educational institutions. Why is that? Yeah, pretty much. We are teaching boys that they can turn themselves into girls. We got triggers now. If you say the wrong thing in college, if you go there and give a speech, we got rooms where kids, if they feel insulted, they can go and cry. Come on, man. Yeah, yeah. Wait a minute. That's got nothing to do with this. Well, if our kids are smart enough and they got a decent education, they can employ logic and reason, and they'll be okay. Good morning. Who's this? Yeah. Hello. Doing pretty good. Thank you. We got a what now? Well, we got a problem of culture, of discipline in our culture. Good morning. Good morning. That's what he said. That's what's in the White House now. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I got to ask the question though: if all of these people went to school to learn how to be a teacher, especially are pretty intelligent people, the fault must lie within the administrators of these schools. Because these teachers are telling me they want to do the right thing, but they've been told these are the things you cannot and will not do. So we can't blame the teachers. You can't. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And to and to press your point, when my son went to Capitol Heights, my only son is 33 now, went to Capitol Heights, they told him you couldn't bring those MP3 players to school. And the MP3 player just had got big. Well, guess what? My son decided to take one to school, and guess what? Principal Barham decided to do a check, what we call used to call pokey bait, a check on who was bringing things to school. Guess what? He started taking people's cell phones and up. Don't blame him. But who was the only person who got a pallet that day? It was my son. It was my. I said, listen, you can learn something today. Just because they're doing it and get away with it, you won't. So there are consequences. I guess so. We're gonna keep on keeping on. Absolutely. Like they did up here. I think it was Brockton. Brockton was in there. Mhm. Yeah, yeah. They called the National Guard. He wants the National Guard in the schools. Not even the police. They want the National Guard. Good morning. To pay the taxes. That's right. All right. Appreciate it. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning. Yeah. because we already know that the environment, history, and stuff. The problem, no, no, no. It's not. Well, let me ask you something. Why can't the same educational environment exist in public schools as in private schools? Oh, okay. I gotta run there. I'm running out of time. Good morning. Who's this? Nothing else matters. Right. Yeah. Yeah. We will. Hey, Lisa, one more call. Good morning on air. It ain't a dead horse. It's. I got you. Yeah, I bring it to you. Yeah, I bring it to you. I'm talking to you. Hey, listen, time's up. Time's up. I got 30 seconds. Good morning, who's this? Yes. Uh, yeah. And it wouldn't be. They always want more. Time's up. We'll see you tomorrow. No, no, no. Yeah. Oh, actually, I like that.